Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University and Marauders, issue number 11. This was a really solid book. I loved this, but the only way I can talk about this book is to give spoilers. So as soon as I'm finished with telling you who made this comic book, it's going to be all about the spoilers, baby. All about that bass, that bass. That's actually not how the song goes, but I think it'd be better if it were. Anyway, so yeah, we're coming on to the good stuff after this. So Jerry Dugan is the writer and the artist is Stefano Caselli. Edgar Delgado on colors and VC's Corey Petit on letters. Design is by Tom Mueller. Russell Dauterman and Matthew Wilson are the cover artists, and the production is by Jay Bowen. Head of X, Jonathan Hickman, baby. And this issue is called To Live and Die on Krakoa. Again, spoilers starting now. Okay, so To Live and Die in Krakoa. Kate didn't die on Krakoa, but she does come back on Krakoa. Yes, Kate comes back here. I was not expecting her to come back in this issue, so it was a really, really nice surprise to see her come back. Like when you see in the beginning, you got the coins on her eyes and all that. I'm like, dude, this is freaking sad, no! And everybody's just really bothered, and like, Nightcrawler shows up a little bit too late. I guess everybody's used to the fire and brimstone smell that he does whenever he bamfs in. It's like, dude, you need to chill with that. I spent some money on these threads. This is a rental. How am I going to return it smelling like sulfur? You mother fathead, you furry blue, tail-waving, teeth-having, sword-wielding mother fathead. Y'all need to chill out with that freaking bamfing. Anyway, a bunch of women out there right now, don't you say bad things about him? Yeah. Nightcrawler's cute because he's on the page and he's on the screen. Nobody wants to actually hang out with the guy who smells like fire and brimstone all the time. Like that's basically like rotten eggs. That's what that will smell like, rotten eggs. Nobody's cute when they smell like rotten eggs. Love you. You don't really love him. Anyway, they get a little bit pissed off when Emma goes walking away. I know this is a fairly new thing, but not within these Dawn of X books where we've actually got the relationship between Kitty and Emma is really being pushed hard, and I'm glad that it is. I love this relationship that these two have. This is one of those, like, I know there's going to be people who are going to be like, no, we've always kind of had something like that. I'm not interested in the kind of. This kind of shows that they've always had this relationship. It's been a love-hate because they actually really respect each other. That is really new to the comic books. And I love it. It feels like it's always been there reading on this. Dude, Dugan has that aspect of this down to a fine science. I love seeing these two talk with each other, mentally, physically, hugging each other, you know, those looks that they give each other. It's not sexual. It's not about that. Although I will say, when Emma goes and says, oh, hey, check it out. You know, the last thing you remember is me kissing you before. I have that effect on a lot of people. Emma, with all due respect, I will not believe it until I actually experience it. Plant one right here. Anyway, probably diamond punch me. Anyway, this was wild, man. Like, this was a book that you could genuinely, like, you're feeling bad, and all of a sudden she comes back. Now, when she came back, did it make a whole lot of sense? Well, they said phasing. So I guess that's supposed to just let it make sense. Whatever. I'm okay with it. It didn't explain it the way that I wanted to since they kept us hanging for so long, but I did enjoy this. So are they finally going to explain why and fix the idea that she can't go through the Krakoan gates? Maybe. Maybe it's going to be that it was all her all along. Because it's obviously not Krakoa not working in this case. Like, I know I threw a double negative in there, but understand it. It is not a case of Krakoa is broken. That's not what's happening here. It was her. So is that also the reason why she can't get through the gates? I don't know. The meeting that Storm had with the agent, you know, the X-Desk, I guess that's the agent that we've oftentimes been seeing in the comic books lately, we're reading about in the white pages in the Marauders books. I liked it. I liked it a lot, and I really hope that they wind up becoming liaison with each other, Storm and this woman, because that was actually really fun. And seeing the thing at the end, I hope that I what have you, I held it together in the face of her beauty. Yeah, Storm's a freaking hottie. I can imagine that. Yeah, this book was just solid through and through. It really pushed it. Like, and I'm gonna get into the art with this also a little bit. Look at the use of the inks on here. Like most of these characters just don't matter. And then you see the characters that also don't, but they're in the background, and it gives a real sense of depth. It gives a sense of, well, who are these guys? You can tell who some of them are, right? But others you can't really. And you actually see that on the cover also, which is really impressive the way they did that. I like this style of, here's these people who you want to look at. Here's these people who are all in attendance, but which one of them actually matters? Which ones don't? It's not about who you can see. It's about all these people that are, and it gives the sense that there are a lot more people there than you might otherwise think. I genuinely liked the way that it was presented here. Also, I'm going to show you some boobage here. That's right, because when Kate Pryde does come back, there's a little bit of boobage. Nothing that I'm going to complain about. Okay, there's a lot of boobage in here. I'm not going to get into all of it. But here, I will show this. It looks like when she came back, where is it? Right here. Looks like when she came back, she still had tan lines. Well, it's not actually tan, because I'm like, it's a brand new body. But like, you got the sun's radiation there also. It's not actually, if you look at it, the pod that she came from, that she broke out of, all right, I get it. It's lit up and whatnot, so that's actually where the light is coming from. Excellent use of shading and lighting in the comic book, man. Just credit where credit is due. Stefano Caselli, Edgar Delgado, specifically, like that's the colors on this, right? Like, he is the colorist. I just want to make sure I'm giving credit appropriately. Yeah, color artist, Edgar Delgado. My man got on my radar with that one. Bruh. Excellent use of lights and darks with your colors. Freaking amazing. Dude, right there. In an otherwise great book, here's your MVP, my opinion. Delgado, F&A. Dude, this is also called a, what is it called? A prelude? It's basically a prelude. Yeah. Path 2. The Path 2 X of Swords, 10 of Swords. Yeah, it's cute. Whatever. They say the comics that are going to be coming up next week, and this is fairly important. The next comic books coming up are, for the 19th of August, Empire, X-Men issue number 4 of 4. Looking forward to it. Excalibur number 11. Wolverine number 4 and Cable number 3. Those are the books. So, all of those are going to be Paths 2, but specifically look at Excalibur number 11, because when we look at the preludes for 10 of Swords, the first prelude, not a Path 2, but the actual prelude to 10 of Swords is Excalibur number 12. So with 11 coming out next week, that means 1 month from next week, 5 weeks from now, that is actually when or it might be 6 weeks, depending on, because the following Wednesday, like the month after that, the Wednesday is several days before. So will they do it before or will they do after? I think it's on a Friday or a Saturday. I think it's on a Saturday. So anyway, it's going to be approximately 5 weeks from now that we're going to get the first prelude to 10 of Swords. So you can see the whole list. I'm going to make sure that I post the whole list right over here for you guys, and you can check that out and see all the things that's coming. I'm going to leave it up here for a little while. Nothing else to really talk about. I'm just really showing you the list, but I will say, like the video, damn it. But anyway, aside from that, I'm out. So I'll talk to you guys later. Hope you enjoyed. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.